is one thing that I do that helps me accomplish all of my goals. And if you want to find out what it is, keep watching. Hey, what's up, go-getters? Welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle, and I would like to welcome you to The Best Part, a life coaching company that helps women like you invest in themselves so that they can lead more fulfilling lives. So let's just jump right into it. Today, we're going to talk about how it is that you're going to actually accomplish all of those wonderful goals that you are placing in your life. And we're going to talk about what exactly the breakdown of that looks like. I'll even mention some of my personal goals that I am currently working on. So I'm really not going to have you actually string along here and like keep you 5 minutes in and not tell you until then and try to make it titillating. I'm just going to go on ahead and tell you, and then we'll break it down from there. So what I do is I actually create goals in every area of my life. And on the screen here, I'm going to bring up what's called the Wheel of Life, and it's going to be an example for you so that you can look at all the different areas of your life. And then we're going to talk about why it's important to actually create goals in different areas of your life and how having multiple goals in that manner actually helps you accomplish your goals in totality. So as I'm showing this on the screen here, we're going to basically look at this and just kind of overview. We're not going to go into all the details of every little slice. You can read the different slices. I just want to give you an example of what that looks like so that you can kind of fill one out for yourself if you wanted to, or if you haven't seen that before, you're not familiar with it, or if you've never actually sat there and taken the time to categorize the different areas of your life. But there are different areas of all of our lives, and it's good to know what they look like and know what you're striving towards, and to break it up that way, I think it makes it more manageable. The reason that this is important is because that means when it's more manageable and it's broken up like that, that even if you have a really big goal, or like let's say it's the most important goal or the goal that you're currently prioritizing, but it's not being worked on that day for whatever reason, at least you'll know that you'll be able to work on other little goals, and you're essentially working on yourself. Because chances are, even if you can't work on that big goal, you can work on something else. And so in that way, you feel more productive and you feel overall happier with you. And that's what's important at the end of the day, is that when you look in the mirror and when you wake up in the morning and when you go to sleep at night, you feel good about the day's work. And that can include even, like, let's say you need to take a self-care day. Okay, great. Then you can look at your life and you can go, I'm taking this self-care day and I'm going to feel good about it because I'm working on me. And this is part of your goals. But we'll get into that here in just a little bit. If you can at least be organized with your goals in the various areas of your life, then you can be making strides. It could be vast improvement, it could be some improvement, it could be mediocre improvement, but at least it's improvement in some way, shape, or form. So in order to really flesh this out, let's get into some of my personal goals, just so I can give you an example of what this looks like and how it can enhance your daily routines. So for physical goals, I am working on eliminating my cellulite. And I know a bunch of people out there are going to be like, oh, cellulite is just hereditary and you should just accept it and move on. But I also know a bunch of people out there are going to be like, yes, girl, sign me up. So I have always had some insecurities with cellulite, especially on my thighs. And so that is what I'm currently working on. I have even overhauled my entire workout routine because I found something that's actually working. And if you want to know more about that, I am going to make a video about my workout journey because it's been a journey, and I'll kind of explain what I've been doing differently and how it's been working and how I got from where I was to where I am, and maybe show some before and after picture. Probably not, because I don't even think I have a before picture, to be completely honest. I am that conscientious of my thighs. I really don't wear shorts or dresses that go above my knee. So I don't think I have a before, but if I do get an after here and I meet my goal, I will most likely be sharing that with you guys, because I do think that it's inspiring to see when people actually meet their goals, and I am gung-ho. I'm going to do it. I already know I'm already halfway there, if not more so. So feeling really good about it, okay? And if I can do it, you can do it. So that is a physical goal. For a mental goal, I have committed to reading the Bible every day, but also I have committed to reading at least one nonfiction book every 2 months. And for some people, they're going to be like, one every 2 months is like ridiculous. You can't read it faster. And for other people, they're going to be like, wow, that's fast, especially for nonfiction. For me, I had actually joined a book club over a year ago and decided that it wasn't for me. I didn't want to read the books that they wanted to read, that I like to read more theological books, that I like to read more self-help genre books, that I just like to read more of what I want to read. I didn't want to read what they wanted to read. And so it wasn't working for me. And I also don't like audiobooks typically. So if I'm going to read it, I need to really like it and be into what I'm reading. And so this goal for me is meaningful on so many different levels, and it's something that I have so far. We are 5 months into the year, it's May, and I have read 2 books so far. So I am on track. And this goal it's just a goal, you know, and I think that it's healthy and happy and it's good for my mental state. So for spiritual, I am working on enhancing and developing all of my relationships. And these are relationships with everybody that I know and also with people that I meet. I have joined, because I do own a business, I have joined the local Chamber of Commerce in my city. And so I do attend networking events, and I have had some one-on-ones with some wonderful people that I've met. And I'm going to continue to do that and continue to show up to these different meetings, which is, for an introvert like me, it is not the easiest thing to do, but it is so rewarding, and I know that it's necessary, and I want to build that skill. And so I'm working on that, and that's part of what this is about. But spiritually, I do believe personally that building your relationships is so important, that maintaining your relationships is so important. And so I have friends that have moved away. I have new colleagues that I'm trying to get to know better. I volunteer to do people's hair. I'm a hairstylist as well as a coach. And so I make sure that I am building relationships with everybody in my circle. That includes church. I try to get to know women at the church. I try to volunteer at the church, and I teach the kids every 2 Sundays or something like that. So I am trying to build relationships and be committed to my community and to serving others. I think it's extremely important. And that goes for family as well. I've been trying to reach out to my brothers and be closer to them, as well as my mom. I have a very small family, and so that's pretty much it. And then outside of that, I have talked to a cousin recently, and that was very nice. And so I even reached out to an aunt, which was kind of a wild thing, but that's a whole nother story we won't even get into. I just think that relationship building is important, and it is a goal of mine. And then for the emotional category, this is a very unique category for every person. I think that we all have unique needs when it comes to our emotional needs. Women definitely have different needs than men do, and mothers definitely have different needs than women who are not mothers. So this is a very sort of different tracking that you would do for yourself if you were making your own goals. But as far as my personal emotional goal is concerned, I am working on not having so much mom guilt. When I want to do something like go watch a movie with a friend or a client. And if you're a mom out there, you understand mom guilt is a real thing, and people say, oh, you just kind of get used to it, or they say you'll have other things more worth being guilty over, so don't waste the guilt on the small stuff. But I am a sort of new mom. My son is not quite 2 yet. And so for me, this mom guilt thing has been a whole new level of learning how to navigate that feeling. And so for me emotionally, I am working on dealing with it and approaching it from a way that is true to me, and that is also respectful and to my husband and to my son, and still maintaining good boundaries. It's kind of like a self-care thing, really. But again, this is just my personal emotional goal. Your emotional goal could be totally different. So you can see after going through that how having goals in different areas of your life is beneficial, and how it can help balance. If one day I'm super busy at work with clients and I don't have time to work out, I can still read a little bit of a book. Or if I have all the time to work out and I don't get to work on my business, let's say, then I can still have good relationships with my family. Or if you can kind of take a little bit of one or a little bit of another and piece them together how you want. And in this way, you're still working on all of your goals, even when a day feels like it's not productive. Now, what about you? What sort of goals are you working on? Was this inspiring? Was this helpful? Was looking at that chart useful to you? If it was, I do have a Craving Clarity video that I would love to send to you guys. It is a little bit more of an in-depth video that goes through that chart and another chart. And if you're interested in getting clarity, then I would definitely suggest hitting me up for that video. You can follow me on Instagram and shoot me a DM, and I will send it right over to you. I'll put my link in my socials down below as well. And of course, you can always reach out if you're interested in private coaching. I am available. I have my website linked in the description. And let me know down below what sort of goals you're setting for yourself. Shout them out. And if you have any questions or you want me to hit on a certain topic, let me know that too. As always, you've got this, and have a great day.